Okay, we're talking about speed workouts in this episode. All right, so when it comes to speed, I am not going to be the type of person that can use a track regularly. And I don't want getting to the track to have to be the excuse for not getting the speed workout in. And quite frankly, I enjoy a little flexibility. So that's what I'm talking about in this episode. If you're new here, my name is Brian Seppi. I'm documenting my learning, my thinking, and my journey on this channel to a lot of different things, but in this particular case, my fitness journey to my first marathon. Having said that, today is one of those days. Tuesday, got a sick child at home, had to take the day, but am still going to get out there on my afternoon run today. I am committed to using the Fartlek style of speed back into my workout. Here's why. I think it allows me a little bit more flexibility than doing the interval training that I had done the previous 2 weeks. It's not as regimented. It's sort of loose and a little bit more flexible. It allows me to get some speed in, but at my own pace. It allows me to dial things up. It allows me to dial things back. And additionally, it allows me to get out there for some miles that I think if I were just doing speed alone, I don't know that I would be able to sustain more intermediate miles. So that's the plan today. Getting out there, using the Fartlek style. And from what I've learned, you can use it sort of in a way where you are looking at a distance, say this end of the street to that end of the street, a little bit of a speed burst, and then dial it back to something a little bit more aerobic. So that's the plan today. It's the first day of that work, and most Tuesdays will include some of that work anyhow, so here we go. Normal pace. Ready to get into a little burst here. A little bit, just getting back from that run, inside now, I need to plug in or the phone is going to die. Having said that, messing around, approximating, exploring the speed Tuesdays with the Fartlek-style runs. And I say that loosely because I've only dabbled in the research about why speed, what a fartlek is and how it can support you, and then basically how to approximate it. So moving from the why speed to what it is or what it could be, Fartlek style runs, and then moving into how you would actually execute. Easier said than done. So what I felt like I did, and again, this is the first day with this sort of run, and I'm just learning about it, and I'll probably consume a little bit more content regarding it. Having said that, I felt pretty efficient, all things considered. So I'll put the run details here and you can take a look at that. And basically what I did, which is different than last week's sort of interval where every mile 2 through 5 last week, I ran 3 minutes pretty hard and then the back end 5 minutes pretty easy. And that felt really hard last week. This week, what I did, and again, I said I liked the idea of Fartlek style runs because of the freedom or the sort of accessibility of them, if you will. So I would burst for those first couple miles, 2, 3, and 4, 1 being a warm-up, 2, 3, and 4, I probably bursted, or hit speed bursts of 20 to 30 and sometimes 45 seconds, and then I would slow it back down. I would check my heart rate. It would be at 145, not necessarily on the bursts, but when I was able to check it following the burst, that felt pretty good. And then I would say miles 5 and 6 and even 7, I hit a little bit longer bursts where they were almost like a minute and one I think was like a minute and a half worth of a burst of speed, and then I hit a few smaller bursts in there. I liked it. I really enjoyed it because I felt like it gave me a chance to sort of slow it back down, but not to a jog pace, not to a walk pace. And I felt like I wasn't huffing or puffing and giving into sort of the threshold of it. It felt pretty good. So I'll continue to do them. As always, if you like what you're hearing and you're finding value, I appreciate the feedback, one. Two, if you want to subscribe, tell others about it. I'm documenting my journey. This is all the beginner learning stuff, and you get to see what actually is popping into my head, or not, and just see where this goes with the journey ahead. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks for everything. Bye.